So a whistleblower is any person who makes a disclosure of wrongdoing.
In 2016, I attempted to end my life.
You know, it's one thing when we see service members who die for their country, but when they die needlessly.
10 years of time away from our family, hardships, trauma.
That's a lot of emotion to unpack, understanding that sense of betrayal.
And to know that he's been treated the way he's been treated.
After enduring much pain from chronic cluster headaches, my wife and I traveled the U.S., leaving our children behind in search of medical answers and specialized health care.
I mean, it's heartbreaking, to know such a beautiful soul like him. He's really like my saving grace, watching your husband put a shotgun in his mouth.
Thousands of men and women who served in Iraq and Afghanistan and may be sick or dying because this was the air they had to breathe.
Captain Torres went to war, and when he came home, he brought a piece of the war with him.
We were at one of the Department of Defense hospitals, and they said, there's nothing we can do. He's been back too long. There's no program. There's no nothing. We don't even know if it was burn pits. The badge, the patrol car, everything he worked for us. Seeing that stripped from him, it angered me so much that it brought us to this day.
We will organize at every one of your district offices. Veterans were not trained to give up. They were trained to fight.
You don't sit back when there's an injustice, even if it's the Department of Defense, even if it's the Department of Veteran Affairs.
This is 1,800 meetings, 300 plus trips to Washington, D.C. I've seen it all, I've heard it all.
No, but why are you recording this at the expense of veterans that are sick and dying?
We urge members of Congress to act now and support the presumptive warfighter bill.
Today we are going to introduce a bill.
And the reason why we're here is because of you.
We're not here to do the traditional stuff, we're here to make change happen.
These are men and women, mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers.
Not one person stopped and said thank you for your service.
How do they get to decide the fate of the future of these warfighters?
If government is willing to send us to war, they should be responsible enough to care for us.
These men and women fought for all of your freedom. And Congress has turned their backs on them.
All I can do, I got one trick, and that's to get some cameras down here so that these people can be heard.
I want to thank all of these veterans organizations that work their asses off to make this happen. Yeah!
We're trying to demonstrate that there is an urgent issue in terms of veterans care that needs to be addressed through congressional action.
I find it more frustrating that the people that are supposed to take care of them haven't been doing that.
We demand answers. We deserve justice.
That's why these guys are out here, my man.
Keep the pedal to the metal.
Thanks, John. Great job.
So let's get this one thing clear now. We're going to get a piece of legislation.
Of all the things we have, time is not one of them. This is America first. America is